You know, actually, he fit the car pretty well. I felt that he was quite cheeky, to be honest. You're going to break it.
I'm telling you, I can fit.
But, you know, I don't like to judge, no matter how much of a fool he makes himself look.
Do you think he's capable of driving your car?
If we can get him sitting high enough in the seat, probably have to get him a kid's seat so he can see over the steering wheel.
I think I'll make this look pretty good.
You look ridiculous in there.
Find out why more champions put their trust in the synthetic technology of Mobil 1, the official motor oil of NASCAR. Many drivers, one oil, Mobil 1.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Fire and a home fire up when you get ready, Mick. All right, start up, bud.
Greg Biffle, with a new track record in qualifying, has chosen the outside lane for the start, and we're underway. Three laps, side by side for the lead to start the race.
And Mark Martin's going to get that lap, Lynn.
Jimmy Johnson, 48. Martin Truex Jr., 56 for fourth place.
I think this is the last time in the last few Cup races here and we've seen this second and even third group work as well as what we're going to see tonight. I think it's some adjustments they've made to the cars, rule changes. See Jimmy Johnson finally makes that pass on Martin Truex Jr. there.
Trouble, guys, trouble. Matt Kenseth around in turn 4. And it looks like everyone's going to scatter around him okay.
Well, I tell you, who did a great job there was Sam Hornish. I really don't know how he missed Matt Kenseth right there. Yeah, Sam Hornish was going hard right to the door of Matt Kenseth and got his car slowed down enough to be able to dodge him to the right side. Just a great job.
Well, this is a great job, too. Look at Matt Kenseth spin this car at 180 miles an hour. Didn't put a scratch on.
And the championship leader starting back in traffic got an eyeful of this.
Spin up here in front of you, spin in front of you. On the bar, right in the middle, on the bottom, on the bottom, on the bottom, on the bottom, on the bottom. On the bottom, caution is out here. Green flag. Check it up a little bit, check it up. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Still green, still green. Got a bunch of them.
A lot of damage on the 14.
The wrecking behind you, still outside. 3 wide, caution is out. Caution is out.
Brad Keselowski's team chose to pit under that caution when a lot of their championship rivals did not, and that's the danger they faced, was something happening around them on that restart.
Yeah, that damage you see on that rear bumper is no big deal, but Tony's got a lot of damage on the front of his.
Now, Regan has been driving that 78 car for the Denver-based Furniture Row Racing. He was displaced from that ride beginning this week because they signed Kurt Busch to drive for 2013, decided to get a head start on that and have Kurt run the final 6 races of the season.
Yeah, if we could see inside that full face helmet, probably be a little bit of a smile right there as he went by.
On Regan's face?
Yes.
That the crew chief, Jamie. Here's the driver talking to the spotter.
What lane's been the good lane on restarts, the bottom or the top, Joe?
No, the leader's been taking the top and getting around. Very initial start of the race, the 55 was able to hold the bottom, but he eventually got by up top.
Smoke coming out of that 88 car, Alan.
You see some trash on the grill there, Nicole. Don't know if that contributed to it.
Yeah, oil pressure.
Completely off.
No caution. We stay under green. And Regan Smith running in 10th position. Here comes the 2. Whoa, that was close. Whoa. Jimmy Johnson has taken over the race lead in the Bank of America 500 as Brad Keselowski yields that top spot to come to pit lane for a green flag stop.
Yeah, this is a tough pit road to get on. You're still in the racing groove, and Jimmy Johnson wide open back in the throttle there. See just how close that was. Wow.
Yikes. So it was a 5-second lead from Keselowski to Jimmy Johnson. And as you said before, on those fresher tires.
Yep, here comes Jimmy on his fresh tires. Make this pass easy.
Yeah, I thought it would take quite a bit longer than that for him to catch up. But he's been knocking off some really fast laps as his 48 car. And he has to do this because the worst things happen, as Alan just pointed out, Brad Keselowski's led the most laps. These guys trying to run him down the points can't have that.
Remember that in NASCAR, a driver that leads a lap, any lap during the race, gets 1 bonus point toward the championship, and the driver that leads the most laps in a race gets a bonus point toward the championship. And last year, when we got down to the final lap of the final race of the season, 2 drivers were tied with points. So every single one of those bonus points, these drivers all know they've got to go get. You're looking at the 2 guys that have won the most races so far this season on the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series.
For this still out there on the older tires, you can lose some extra time by that happening. Denny Hamlin in, Vince.
Still too tight. He's been complaining about that throughout the course of the night. He says, you helped my exit, but the center is not good enough. It's an air pressure change, 4 tires for Denny Hamlin, cleaning off that grill as well. Put a little tape on there. Jamie?
And Brad Keselowski and Denny Hamlin side by side up front while Jimmy Johnson goes to the pit lane, Vince.
Just want to make sure they make no mistakes on pit road. Chad Knaus reminding his crew to be rock solid. Another minor chassis adjustment, 4-tire change. Just a tick snug in the center. The entry and the exit, not bad. A good stop, 13-2 for Jimmy Johnson.
Tires with them.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see anybody getting 2 tires. They have too many laps on them right now.
Jimmy Johnson coming to the pits. They're going to make a 2-tire stop. Chad Knaus just asked Jimmy, top of your screen, if he'd get it a little tighter to the wall. They're also going to make a chassis adjustment. Middle of your screen is Denny Hamlin. Still too much tightness through the center for Hamlin, and they got to help the exit. 4-tire change for Hamlin. Jamie.
Brad Keselowski saying that last run he had more grip all the way around, but now he's loose off of 3, but the car is good. Down on the track bar, 4 tires and fuel, Doc.
Interesting strategy call there by Chad Knaus.
Yeah, he's one of the few cars that took 2 tires. That's maybe the only one.
Only one I saw. And so Jimmy Johnson goes back to the lead, changing just the 2 tires on this set of pit stops. 3 wide for the race lead. Biffle jumps to the outside in the 16.
I didn't realize Webb's going to make that much of a difference on the start. See Jimmy Johnson there battling Kyle Busch for that 4th spot. He's fallen back. He was the only one to get 2 tires there. Well, Johnson had a close call there with Mark Martin to his inside.
He gets a little advantage on that. Then when they come out on the fresh tires, they kind of blow right by him. This time he's able to kind of start out with them and see what he's got.
Yeah, the rest of them might not like what they're seeing now because he is on it. See, get the 16 a little bit loose, going to drive underneath him going down the back straightaway here.
Biffle had his hands full off turn 2.
And he can't hang to the outside. New leader Brad Keselowski. Rally of the night so far. 14 car Tony Stewart.
Yeah, he's not finished yet either. He's making his way up through here pretty good. That 6 car just made a pit stop, I think. And he got in the middle of this.
Yeah, Tony got pretty loose there, being in the middle of those. Did a nice job of hanging on, not getting up into Kevin Harvick, but he was not happy with his car after yesterday's practice. They've made some good adjustments, and with a banged up front end, they did a nice job of getting him up here inside the top 10 now.
Story late in this green flag run has been the man who was the story for an opposite reason at the beginning of the green flag run. Jimmy Johnson fell back from the lead to 7th place. Now as we get to the end of this fuel run, he's picking up spots.
I think this shows you just how good his car is, because they did the 2-tire thing, which is obviously a disadvantage, especially in that first 3 quarters of this run. But as these tires kind of age, that advantage kind of goes away, and you can see how good his car is. He's about the 2nd fastest car on the racetrack right now, Doc.
And the leader, Brad Keselowski, hits the pit lane, the last to come in and complete the cycle of stops among the lead laps. There are several speeding penalties on this round of green flag stops. I'll recap them in a moment. They include Jeff Gordon serving his pass-through penalty here as Brad Keselowski pits.
Wow, check this
look
out.
at this. Denny Hamlin and Jimmy Johnson going to pit just after stopping under green.
I think this might be a fuel window thing.
Fuel only, get tight to the wall.
How about it, Vince?
That's exactly right. Fuel only for both the 48 and the 11 to get within their window. In fact, the 11 of Darian Grubb and Denny Hamlin had the conversation, can you save me enough fuel? And they decided, no, they're going to come in and get it. Remember, fuel has bitten them twice already in the chase. Doc.
Tony Stewart gives up his spot on the track for a stop, Jamie.
They're doing a great job keeping it in the top 10. Last stop, they made a wedge adjustment. And the adjustments they're making are going in the right direction. Steve Addington brought a new setup here, and it wasn't great yesterday, but it's certainly getting better. It'll be a 4-tire stop. They'll put 2 cans of Sunoco fuel in for Tony Stewart, who seems to be pretty happy on the radio.
Yeah, that cost him some time.
And that's a good stop. That wasn't one of them.
Brad Keselowski may be out of fuel. The race leader might have pushed it a little too far.
Pitting this time, Bill. Pitting this time. No speed here. Take care of your tires. Take care of your engine here.
Losing time. With the engine shut off, no tachometer to measure his pit road speed. That the admonishment from Joey Meyer, the spotter. And coasting to his pit stall with 58 laps to go. Vince.
Crew Chief Darian Grubb has been pleading with Denny Hamlin to save him fuel for the last 20 laps of this run, saying he needs him to save 2 more laps on this next stint as well. They had hoped to go to lap 280, didn't quite get there, but very close. A good stop, 13.6.
So Brad asked his crew chief, how are we looking? They said, we're going to be 4 laps short. Brad said, well, I'm not that good at saving. I'm just going to go all out right now and pass as many as I can.
So there's Clint Bowyer, now in the race lead. 9/10 of a second ahead of Carl Edwards. 2.2 seconds ahead of Denny Hamlin. Brad Keselowski on the pit lane. 23 to go. Headed to Jamie.
And Chad Knaus just told Jimmy Johnson, we have to slow down a 10th a lap till the end to make it. I don't know about your calculations, but that's slowing down an awful lot to get to the end. Those guys chasing him from behind, saving the fuel, it's going to be real close.
Yeah, I mean, the slowing down's not going to hurt them too much. If they run out of fuel, it'll kill them, though.
With Clint Bowyer right up against the wall making this work. Got 1 more lap to do it.
The white flag is up. And we're into the final lap of the race. There is lap traffic now just ahead of the leaders. Will he have enough fuel? Will he be able to hold off Hamlin? Hamlin looking low. Bowyer sliding wide. Coming to the checkered flag. Boyer's under power. And Clint Bowyer is going to win at Charlotte.
What a wild race. I want to do a burnout. Am I ever going to get to do a burnout?